Hello, everyone. My name is John from Community Life Church in Catskill, New York, and this is Meals Ready to Eat from the Bible. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified. Facebook, follow us, like us, and everybody, please leave a comment. Thanks. Hello, and welcome back. Today's episode is Obey the Laws in Our Country. What? Listen, God tells us that we are to be good citizens of our country. We're to participate in our society, and we're to vote and obey the laws. And we're going to take a look exactly at what God says. So God's telling us to obey the laws and be good citizens. He does not tell us to hide under a rock and ignore the world around us, nor does he tell us to act stupidly or blindly when following the law. He lays out the parameters of exactly what we should do and how we should follow this law. So let's go take a look at what this means. We're going to take a look at our passage today, and we're going to see exactly what God expects of us in relation to the worldly authorities around and above us. Okay, let's take a look at today's scripture. This is 1 Peter 2:13 through 17. Be subject to every human institution for the Lord's sake, whether to a king as supreme or to governors as those who commission to punish wrongdoers and praise those who do good. For God wants you to silence the ignorance of foolish people by doing good. Live as free people, not using your freedom as a pretext for evil, but as God's slaves. Honor all people, love the family of believers, fear God, and honor the king. Once again, that is 1 Peter 2:13 through 17. Okay, what does this all mean? Let's go break it down and see what God's saying to us in this passage so we can understand it. First of all, we're to submit to the worldly authority that is above us. We're to follow the law. We're to obey the law. All of them. We're not to say, well, I don't like this guy because I don't agree with him. We're to follow the law. We're to be under the law and work with the authorities above us. Now, those who violate the law, murder, stealing, cheating, and so on, need to be punished so that our society can function. That's what God's getting at. If we're all breaking the law and doing all what we want to do, society cannot function and we will not be happy. And we do this, we follow the law so that God is glorified, and we do this so that the ignorant are silent. We are to be model citizens. All right, that's the first thing God is saying here. There's more that he's saying, but to begin with, we are to be model citizens. However, in verse 16, it says, do not use our freedom to do evil. We have the freedom to follow the worldly law, but we're not to use that to do evil. We're not to lie, we're not to cheat, we're not to steal, we're not to murder, so on and so forth. We ought to be the best citizens we can possibly be, and we do this for the glory of God. This also means we do not follow evil rulers in committing evil acts. Throughout history, there's lots of examples of this. We are not to participate in evil because we have a choice what we want to do, what we are to do. God gives us that choice. He gives us that freedom, as it says in verse 16. God tells us to honor all people, even those we don't agree with. We're to love all people. We're to be, again, model citizens in this way. I know a lot of people like to go out and point fingers and do such things and say these people are evil and so on and so forth. We're to honor all people. Doesn't mean we agree with them, doesn't mean we affirm their behavior, but we are to be honorable when dealing with them. We are to love the brotherhood, that's fellow Christians, without regard for doctrine or church, as long as they're in truth Christians. We are to say, okay, these are our brothers, I don't agree with them, they're wrong, but they're still our brothers, and I will honor them and love them. Finally, and this is where it all comes together, this is the most important point, we are to fear God. We are to obey him above all earthly authorities. He has the final say in matters of law and morality. We're not to take and follow an evil law just because, it says so earlier in the passage. No, God has the final say. He is the author of morality, correct biblical morality, and we are to follow him and obey him. So in closing, we are to remember we're to be good citizens. We are to vote and pay attention to what's going on in the world around us, in our society, in our nation, in our country. We are to support our rulers when we can. But remember at all times that God always, 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 always has the final say in law and morality. Thanks so much. Talk to you. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Take care.